Okay, so welcome back to part 2 of the tutorial. As you can see, we've got our components constructed and ready. All we need to do now is link them. The thing about the Battle Platform's weapon components is that it always must have at least one scanner, otherwise they just won't work. Now, over the side here we've got two options. We have the tactical mode, which is basically like any tactical mode on any ship. That sets the tactical mode for any component it's connected to. And second is the special options. The special one you've got is connect to and disconnect from. What we want is we want to connect to our torpedo launcher first, because otherwise it's not doing anything. So we get a message, torpedo launcher connected OK. Next we can either use another one of its connections to connect to the second torpedo launcher, which we can probably do. Connected there. Or each weapon component can also connect to two other modules. So we can also connect our torpedo launcher to the torpedo launcher, and that's connected correctly. Now we can, if we want to, we can just connect it from there. Now, what happens is when an enemy is in range, your scanner will pulse to the first component it's connected to, and this pulse usually takes 1 second. So if your component is connected to any other components, as we just done, we connected our scanner to our torpedo launcher and then this torpedo launcher to the other one, it would take 2 seconds for both of these to come online. So the scanner will pulse first to that one, and then the pulse another second later will go to that one, and they'll both start firing. Anyway, now let's see. As you can see, we got a little platform down here covered in maintenance bays. Now these are pretty much your battle platform's lifeblood. If they get any damage, your maintenance bays will heal them, but that only applies to battle platform components. Of course, the maintenance bays are also good as refuelers. As you can see, you've got a dozen ships circling them. Before we can repair that, we need to get our ships over there. Yeah. Storage platform with all my resources on it. Oh, surprise call! Hello. Surprise phone call. Don't you just love siblings? Anyway, we need to construct some repairers. So, your battle platforms themselves act as any vehicle does. You can't repair them with the maintenance bays, you can only repair them with repairers, which we've got underway right now. Of course, I'd show you damaged modules repairing themselves, but that would take a little long. So anyway, any battle platform component can be salvaged again if you need to recover the resources. So you don't have to worry about... actually, if you do manage to capture an enemy BP, you can just salvage all the components, to be honest. So we've got all our ships around. As you can see, the silos are fueling whatever the stone processors. Right, let's go. While we're waiting for repairers, we'll go over a few things. The maintenance bay. As you can see, the maintenance bay up there has a few options. Total repairs. Anyway, the maintenance bay can refuel units so long as you've made it selected. You can specify a target to repair yourself, so if there's something really damaged and important that you need repairing quickly, you can Control T your maintenance bays and tell them to repair the unit. And of course you can select resources, so we want to fill that back up with some coal there. That will keep all our units going. Next, we've got a couple of other things. We have stone processor, which, like the cog processor on an island converts stone into moss. It's rather inefficient, but if you're going around mining a lot of stone, then I guess you want to do that. Of course, this moss has to go somewhere. You can need, and that's where the BP communicator comes in, really. So you can, from these, you can actually order a gate, transfer resources. You can also tell it to bank. By default, banking is off on a BPQ communicator, so make sure if you want to send moss to the 8th house, make sure you select that on. And of course, like any other Q communicator, you can connect it to the quantum net. Of course, you can see that's well out of range, and there we go. Oh, and our repairer gets busy repairing our battle platform. Now, a vehicle constructor is just like Shadow and Cog vehicle constructors. Only the problem is that you can't get a Shadow vehicle constructor for the BP, and it cannot produce large vehicles. As you can see, the transport and destroyer is not there, mining transport either. Although it is pretty good because you can build colonizers from it. So if you do mine a lot, you build a colonizer, stick some resources on it, and just send it off. Well, let's see. I suppose that pretty much covers everything. Yeah, let's go over the other ones. As you can see, the missile defense laser is different to the torpedo launcher and fighter bay in that it doesn't need a scanner. So, however, it does require resources just like a normal missile defense laser on an island does. Wood, 1 ton of wood and 1 ton of moss to produce. They are a little weak, so you don't want to leave your ships around an island too long, especially if you've got loads of nukes coming for you. And then you've got the IIBM pad, which is my favourite little thing to do. It's there. Of course, they have the same 250-kilometer range as island-based IIBM pads, and they require the same amount of resources. However, their being mobile is pretty decent because you can fire, forget, and get out of there before they come to get you. I suppose that about encompasses it. Oh, loud. Of course. Yeah, I guess that is it. If you intend to use the BP silos for a trade route though, make sure you turn it on in the trade route options. That's for silos only. I guess other than that, that's that. Well, I hope I was any use in this tutorial, and I'm sorry about the phone call earlier, and the noise. I know my microphone is a little crap, to be honest. Thank you for watching. I might make a couple more tutorials later on, startup tutorial perhaps, vehicles and stuff. So please, if you have any questions, or if you have any questions and need a little hand in the game, maybe there's something that the help file won't tell you. I mean, you can open up the help window down here next to disconnect. It has a lot of information. Some of it's not really updated to today's system, so if you do need a hand, you can't find it in the help desk, give me a shout if I'm on your game. Just open up the player finder and look for me in there. You'll find me under Crimson Felines, as I said, though I won't be listed in here myself because I can't find myself, of course. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. I guess I'll sign out.